I built the best Porsche Cayenne I can possibly build, all on a budget. Don't stop. Not sure why I wasn't going to start there. I think I may need a new battery, but I don't know what's going on, but it is cold. It is 69 degrees. I'm not sure why this car did not want to start. I think it's time for a new battery, but it is cold. I got the heated seat going. I don't know what's going on here, boys. I don't know what's going on here. So everyone knows building a car at times gets stupid expensive, and you get one thing, then boom, you're on to another thing because you're not happy with how the one thing looks. And now you're just falling into a pit, a rabbit hole of constantly buying parts for your one car that sometimes runs, sometimes has problems, sometimes even doesn't run. Last video I was actually at the gas station, got gas in Big Bertha. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video so you can see more content, but let's finish with the video. So if you're like me and you really want to mess with your car, you want to play with your car, do some modifications, but you don't want to spend like stupid amounts of money because the specific car you have, all the parts are expensive, this is what you can do. All right, here is my 2006 Porsche Cayenne S. Now we're going to go over a few mods that I did, all on a budget, while being able to still have the style, functionality, and presence of a Porsche. Starting with our fog lights, or auxiliary lights if you want to call them that. The front two are 3-inch, 50,000 lumens. The bottom four are 5-inch, 20,000 lumens. Now, these were actually put to the test a couple weeks ago when we had our very first hurricane in the Palm Springs, SoCal area. I'm from the East Coast, so hurricanes to me are pretty normal, pretty natural. But out here, it was disaster. The whole town was destroyed. It was crazy. So these were put to the use during that. We do get some dust storms out over that way, which I actually have to cross to get home. So these come in use all the time. Now for the lights up here, I actually do want to get bigger ones. I saw I think it was a Tundra or a 4Runner with these huge pods on the hood. I was like, damn, that looks so baller. So I think later on I'm gonna upgrade those two and then maybe do the same for the bottom four. Altogether on this build, with the lights alone, we're in about $80. You know, in the Southern California area, it does get stupid sunny. Like, there's literally no type of, like, there's trees, but there's not like East Coast trees where they're like so huge where they block the sun. So having a sunshade awning is pretty essential if you're gonna be doing some overlanding stuff. The awning setup we have on the Cayenne is 6 feet wide by 8 feet long, and it's way more than enough needed. It literally comes out to maybe right here. So having this thing, pulling it out in the parking lot right now is not really ideal, and it's gonna take a little bit of time to set up, no more than like 5 minutes, but the awning is definitely one of the better things you can have that are actually functional for your car. So let's say you're doing some camping with the buddies, you're out around the fire, you know, got the awning. And speaking of fire, this is not really an essential need, but it is something definitely cool to have, definitely awesome to have, is a mini grill, a little grill. This is actually a Supreme grill. I actually like the Supreme sub, as you can see. If we open this up, you got your, it's an actually functioning grill. I can't take it out, but it's an actual grill, brand new. I haven't got to use it yet, and this thing is just falling on me. But a Supreme grill is actually something you don't really need, but a grill in general, now you're cooking, literally. Now, the grill cost me about $110. Like I said, it's not needed, completely off topic. And the awning cost me $150. Now, if I wanted to spend $50 more, which I really should have, I would have got the retractable awning. What that means is whenever I'm done using the awning, I can literally just push it back in and fold the legs, zip it up, and then done. With this one, I actually have to manually fold it up and then package it into this case, and then I can go ahead, zip it up, clamp it down, and be on my way. So, non-retractable awning, $150. So if you're in the Southern California area, you see the mountains behind us, or if you're in the west part, maybe you're in like Washington, you're in the Northwest, or you're in Utah, but you want to go hit some trails with the boys, you need to get you some fat boys on there. Now, since I did not go with a lift, which I will eventually, but for now, I kept the factory Porsche suspension, the steel springs. I don't have the air suspension on this one. So the steel springs, I went with the biggest possible tire that you can fit comfortably without rubbing. So this is a 275, 65, 18. You see right there, 275, 65, 18. I actually picked these up used for $80, and they completely improved the height, look, and drive of the car. The car feels completely different. Even though this thing is a Porsche, and it's like, Porsches are, you know, they're kind of finicky. So even though this thing is a Porsche, adding bigger tires drastically improved the ride and comfort of this car. If you watch my video where I went up to the canyons about 20-30 minutes up that way, I took this on some windy roads, some tight roads, some real sweeping roads, and this thing handled like the tires weren't even affecting it whatsoever. Now, these are all-terrain tires, so you can take them on the beach, you can take them on the sand, you can take them on the dirt, you can take them in the mud, you can even take them in snow. But I haven't tested the beach or snow yet, so I could be wrong. All-terrain tires, $80 used. Muffler Delete, factory free. We got a muffler delete on our Porsche Cayenne because the hurricane ruined it. The hurricane ruined our OEM exhaust, which I actually love the sound of, and now it left us with the muffler delete that we have today. And doing so, I decided, you know, let's give it more of an aggressive look. Let's add some ground clearance, but let's have some more options, you know? So I went ahead and did the lower rear valance delete, which is actually a plastic piece. So as you can see, like these lines are like actually smooth right here, literally going all the way across. It's smooth on the surface, but underneath it's like kind of choppy. So the rear lower valance delete allows me to either replace the rear lower part with a tubular bumper, which can have a tow hitch, which would be a lot cheaper than buying the factory tow hitch. Or if I want to get spicy, I can do like some center exhaust. So some center cannons coming out right here, not all the way out, but I can have them stop at a, you know, at a nice spot. So we have those options, but that exhaust note, man, that thing is wild. The cost to do the muffler delete was free $99, FREE 0.99. I had the 99 cents on there because it took a little bit of time, so you can't do your shit for free. So rear muffler delete. Now wrapping up back in the front of the car, we have our two tow hooks, which actually can be used as recovery points. If I were to put the car in neutral, I'm almost positive I can pull this thing. I'm gonna try to pull the Porsche. Oh, what? Yo, what the? Yo. It's me $20 each, so $40 altogether. And apparently they are functional since they are attached to the frame of the car. So if you're stuck and you need someone to pull you out, you got the tow hooks. These are off eBay or Amazon, one of the two. They're off one of those, eBay or Amazon. Full metal, you can pull it. If you got to recover someone, you can do that as well. The front is much like the rear, but in the front we got a little bit difference going on. So as you can see, we have the factory metal splash guard or shield. That's factory metal. And we got the lower valance on the left and the right side deleted to show a little bit more tire. Same thing for the front. I may be adding a bash bar on there, give it more of an aggressive look. See how that comes out. Free. So after doing all the calculations of what was done to this Cayenne, I've only spent between $340 and $350. So that's really not bad. You pick the car up for, let's say, 4 to 6. A good one, I got this one for, I think, 6 something. And you throw $300, $400 at it, you'll be good. And that's not even the best part. I can still modify this thing and add wheel spacers, add different bumpers, different exhausts, and still have a nice budget build, a nice functioning budget Cayenne. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more Cayenne content, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn post notifications on. That way you can see whenever I upload something about this, something about the dirt bike, something about the 4Runner we got, which we got a nice video with that coming up soon. Thank you guys so much for watching my little overview on my budget Cayenne. I'll see you in the next video. Can we talk about that exhaust note? Because that thing was crazy. I didn't even know this thing can pop like that.